I'm the one that actually picked this as the winner. We had never talked until the actual time that I called you to announce that you were winning that contest, right?
Yep.
So we'll put a link to Shawn and our first conversation, probably about a year ago now, right?
Yeah, actually it was about a year ago.
That was the first time that we talked on the phone, but he had commented on so many of my videos, and when he submitted the pictures for the do-it-yourselfer contest, I thought, this is a worthy candidate. This is the first one right here, huh?
Yes, I wanted to change a few things this year, but I didn't really get a chance to because I built that guy.
This is very recent, I know.
This is 3 weeks old. I was watching all the videos, Greg's videos, Team Aquascape videos, Ed the Pond Professor videos.
Like he said, every video.
Yeah, every video.
Welcome to living the Aquascape lifestyle. Oh, it's a beautiful day. He said he was driving a truck. Is that his truck with the tailgate down? Nope. Another truck. Doo-doo-doo. Nobody in there, nobody in there. All right, there's my chauffeur. What's up, Shawn?
Hey, you made it.
I made it. It's cold up here.
I know, it's freezing. 57.
That storm came through last night, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Big rainstorm, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was like drizzly, but just cold and windy.
So are we going to see your pond?
Yep, we're gonna go check it out.
Or I should say ponds, right?
Ponds now.
So this is Shawn Baker, the winner of the 2020 Aquascape Pond Cake giveaway, right?
Yep.
All right, so you do it yourself or built your own pond, and then you use your winnings to build another pond, right?
Yep.
So now you have 2 ponds.
2 ponds.
And if an IT guy can do it, anybody can do it.
Yep. Watch the videos.
Let's go. Okay, so you're picking me up from what, the Traverse City Airport?
Traverse City Airport.
And what do we got right out here? You've probably seen this before, huh?
We have a pond out here that was built by a local artist.
But not a certified
Not a
aquascape contractor.
certified
All right,
aquascape.
let's check this out. Something tells me it's not going to be that nice. Welcome to Pure Michigan. And let's see what kind of system they put in. All right, well, it's not an Aquascape skimmer, so at least you didn't do that. They got blue dye. All right, so this is actually not as bad as I normally see. The thing that I would not like about this, and I would talk about on my channel, is the small use of rock. It just looks like all stacked rock. The less rock you use to build a pond, the more natural it looks. So I'm not a big fan of the blue dye, but that's one of the ways that they cut down on algae. Although you can see there's some string algae there. That's for an iogen. So if you got string algae, that's usually if you have clear water and heavy nutrients. There's no fish in here, right, Shawn? They still got some string algae, but really no filtration that I could see it. But this is what a ring of pearls looks like. It's a solid edge of small rocks all the way around defining it versus a couple big rocks, some aquatic plants, some landscaping coming in, naturalizing it up. And of course, how many people go to the, well, I'm in a small airport, but still, hundreds of thousands of people probably see this. You really can't miss it because it's iridescent, you know, blue when you do, and it's the entrance to the airport up here. And this is the public perception of water features: algae, tidy bowl blue water, you know, or stonework that is not, you know, natural looking around the edges. This is why I make my vlog, so that municipalities, cities, people in their backyards don't make the same mistake as this one. Well, I see the snow blower. Bet you get a lot of use of that up here.
Yeah.
A lot of snow up in right out Lake Michigan, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm super excited because this is my first time here, but oh wow. But I'm the one that actually picked this as the winner. We had never talked until the actual time that I called you to announce that you were winning that contest, right?
Yep.
So we'll put a link to Shawn and our first conversation, probably about a year ago now, right? That was the first time that we talked on the phone, but he had commented on so many of my videos, and when he submitted the pictures for the do-it-yourselfer contest, I thought, this is a worthy candidate.
$1,000. Click in the
I have some exciting news. Huge news. Big news. We are giving some lucky person, not 1,000, not 2,000,
4,000.
no, $5,000 worth of pond product to any one of you. Doesn't mean you have to have an Aquascape pond. You just have to be enjoying the pond lifestyle. $5,000 in any Aquascape product. When I first heard the news, I was like, what?
All you gotta do is click the link below, check out the details.
Did you hear what he said? Click the link below, because that's the only way you'll figure out how to win this. That's it. Go back to whatever that pond guy was saying.
This is the first one right here, huh?
Yes.
So tell everybody how you did this and what actually happened, because you're an IT guy by training.
Yes, I'm an IT guy by training. I was watching all the videos, Greg's videos, Team Aquascape videos, and the Pond Professor videos.
Like he said, every video.
Yeah, every video. I would take what I learned and apply it to my pond here.
So when did you break ground on this?
I broke ground March of 2020.
Okay.
So
right at the beginning of COVID.
Yeah, right at the beginning of COVID. And in here in Michigan, we couldn't get any rocks or gravels, or all the landscaping places were shut down.
Yeah.
So what I did is I found all the rocks I went to Facebook, the Facebook marketplace, and found all the rocks and went to somebody's yard, dug them up out of their yard, and then brought them here. And if you can take a look inside my pond, I've got like some pavers in there that I use.
Oh yeah, I see that. So you just really hacked it together.
Yeah, I hacked it together because I wanted a pond. I wanted to change a few things this year, but I didn't really get a chance to because I built that guy.
So you took your winnings, which was what, 2,500 bucks?
It was 2,500 bucks.
That we gave you for the best DIYer pond that, you know, you fit all the criteria and everything else, and then you bought more material and you created this. This is very recent, I know.
This is 3 weeks old.
So this is a big pond, so explain how you actually did it.
This time I actually rented an excavator because I wasn't going to take this by hand. I dug that one by hand.
Yes.
Got it all dug out, took the excavator back, and then I fine-tuned everything with the shovel. This is kind of what I came up with.
It is a big pond. You made it as...
It turned out a little bit big. I got a little carried away with the excavator, I think. On that corner over there, I wanted to kind of bring it in and kind of shape it out a little bit.
Yeah.
It just kind of ended flat there, but...
No fish in here yet, or just some babies, or what?
No fish yet. I haven't put anything in there yet. I'm going to take some of my koi out of there and then put them in here.
Is that a tropical lily?
No, that is a Juan Visa.
Okay, so that's why you got the variegated leaves. So you got, and you actually had a bloom, I think, right?
Yep, I do have. I got a bloom that's coming up on that Juan Visa over there, and then this one, there's a bloom right there that just ended.
So we need about 5 more lilies in here.
Yeah.
And some big koi, but you just got a skimmer on one side, a Biofalls on the other. I love the little spillway bowl, and this is one of the aspects about Traverse City. It's beautiful up here. You were able to go out and collect this wood out in the field, right?
Yep, I went out to my mother-in-law's 80 acres and harvested all the rock and the driftwood from her property.
Not bad. How long have you lived here?
I've lived here for about 10 years.
So in the last year and a half, you've made great improvement. What do people say that come over here?
Actually, I've had people stop when we're just sitting out over here.
Yeah?
People just stop and just start talking to me and telling me how good of a job and how great it looks from me.
Because they watched you building it and then they pass by every day or something.
They pass by it every day.
You really did a good job, and I think that it's a testament to you watching the videos.
Yep.
And then obviously having some skill, even though you're an IT guy that works at a computer all day, but we're going to talk more about that in a second. You can do a pretty good waterfalls.
Yeah, and if you take a look at my Biofalls up there, my Biofalls, I kind of upgraded it a little bit by putting a bunch of rock and gravel, like a mini reverse wetland.
Okay.
So I've got the bio balls in there in the bag, but I went out and got 2 50-pound bags of lava rock, put them in bags, and then I put bigger cobbles on top so I could actually clean it out next year.
And then you got some canna in there.
Yep, I've got some canna, some calla lilies, and I think that's it.
I love the pathway. I don't know what it looked like before. He's got a garden back here, but I guarantee you that this is an upgrade for whatever was here. Grass, landscaping, whatever. There's nothing that you could put in that would have much curb appeal. And the fact that he put a bigger one in here, I love it. And all within a year.
I'm going to give you guys a walkthrough of my ponds. This is my first one. It's an 8 by 11 pond kit. I have Juan Visa lily right there that blooms like every day. I kind of have like a mixture of pavers in there. I got a corrugated pipe in there for a fish cave. Sedums over here. This is my skimmer box. If you take a look at, I don't know if you can see that now, but that was March of 2020 and my signature, just like the Team Aquascape guys do when they do the installs. I've got my automatic doser system here. That's pretty cool. Up here I've got my waterfalls. I've got a 6-inch overlap with my liner that goes into the pond so that I don't lose any water. So I've got actually the liner that came with the kit here, and then an extra 8 by 10 foot liner for my waterfalls. I got the logs to kind of break everything up. Add the Pond Professor, kind of gives you the ideas of doing that. All the moss I kind of put in here last year is taken off. Even though my pond is still in full sun, it still has a little bit of moss up there. Up here I've got some cannas that I put in as soon as the snow melted, well, as soon as I could. And then I got my little pitcher plant up there helping filter all the water. My big pond, I rented an excavator and dug it out with that this time, and then I kind of fine-tuned it with the shovel. All the rocks are all hand set by me. Some of them I kind of rolled into place and used a hand cart. In this pond I made some steps here out of some of the rocks that I have. So I've got a step, a little fish cave down there that's kind of like a step, a couple little flatter rocks there, flat rocks there, flat rocks there, and then my big rock right there, that Billy Von. The pond is 3 feet deep. I've got 2-foot shelves right there, and then I've got a little skim cove that I made right there to skim the water so that the water circulates a little bit better. Over here I've got the 1000 skimmer on here. My buddy Toad, that just kind of hangs out into the pond. I've got the overflow right there, and then I've got the shelf right here. I was actually going to end the pond right there along those rocks, but I had extra liner, so I kind of dug it back a little bit and then made a planting shelf so I can plant some more pond plants and stuff like that, sweet flag and some irises and stuff like that. Right here I've got a spillway bowl. It's kind of acting like a filter. Gives my pond a little extra filtration there. Got some Venus flytraps in there, a pitcher plant, some cannas. I've got this log right here that I've actually got out of the woods and just harvested that. And then I've got another skimmer lid right here. This skimmer lid's what kind of flew out. It's actually broke right here, but it flew out of my truck on the Chicago freeway and got ran over. It's up here. But what it's covering is actually my valve for my spillway bowl. So if I turn this up, you can actually see my spillway bowl overflowing on more than just the spillway part of it. And then my biofalls right here, I've got it kind of set up like a reverse wetland with the smaller rocks in the bags on the bottom, bigger rocks and cobbles, you know, on top of that. And then I've got plants and everything in there to help out with the extra filtration. Same thing with this pond. I think it's a 25 by 30 liner that I use for this. I think this is a 12 by 15 foot liner that I use for this. Still the same thing, 6-inch overlap right there. At 6-inch overlap, make sure that, you know, the water doesn't leak out and it just recirculates back into the pond. Got my color changing lights down there. Never had those before and pretty excited about that. Another cool thing that I did with this pond that I'm pretty impressed with is right here I've got the faux stump, and underneath this faux stump right here I've actually got my electrical all set up. So right here is every single component for my pond. I've got the automatic dosing systems here. It's just kind of sitting on the post. I've got the new Aquascape wireless receiver for the lights, for the app, the smart app. Right here I've got the smart plug, and I've got my plug, my pump, and my lights plugged into that. And then over on this side I've got my pump controller just sitting right here. So it's a nice tight area that I created to hide all my wires and accessories. So I think that turned out pretty good.
So I'm super impressed with Shawn because he was not a landscape pro, had no real landscape background, worked in the computer industry and the IT industry. When I saw what kind of job he did and his passion for watching our videos, I actually hired him as our community manager. So if you ever see Shawn Baker posting or sharing my vlogs and things like that, it's because he now works full-time at Aquascape. He did his full-time job as an IT professional, this on the side, and his passion took over, and now he's an Aquascape teammate. If you're interested in getting this into a career, check out the link below to find a certified Aquascape contractor in your area, because it's a wonderful hobby and even a better profession. I love my job.